We're just as likely to be found in the motoring section, the property section or the music section of the newspaper as we are in the arts. And that to me is a great achievement because it is putting the arts right into the middle of our community and not separating them out.
That was Chitana Anderi from Artisan speaking about the incredible growth in art and design in Queensland. At the centre of this push is Fortitude Valley, where designers and artists work in their studios, and some brave souls have opened up their own galleries and stores. On this tour you'll meet jewellers, fashion and object designers, as well as some retailers who have been crucial in supporting them. This tour is about introducing you to many creative people in the area and discovering what experiences and approaches they share. Take, for instance, jewellers. While the style of their work is vastly different, they often share reasons why they are passionate about what they do.
I describe my practice as jeweller to the lost. I do get invited into private lives. In a way, they're looking for someone to interpret something of importance for them in an object.
I think jewellery is interesting to me because there's a relationship with, well, certainly with the body, but also with, there's more of a relationship with a person. So you're often making pieces for someone. People value jewellery for very personal reasons, unlike a piece of sculpture.
But also, it's about appreciating their differences. While some love the personal connection that their work will establish with its owners, others just love the materials they work with.
Geology is a great medium. It's such a great starting point for jewellery, isn't it? You've got this amazing material that's millions of years old and has gone under amazing transformation and a huge journey, because, you know, rocks can have this huge history and you're able to find out about their history through chemical and physical analysis. I really think part of my job here is also to educate people. A lot of people haven't seen pyrite or, you know, orange coral in its natural state.
Or, as is the case with this designer's work, they love the connection between jewellery and another area of design, like fashion.
I'm always interested in what's going on in fashion, and particularly in Brisbane as well, with local and emerging designers, and I do keep an eye on particular trends or things that are current season, and I try and work with that, whether I'm designing a longer style necklace because I know the necklines of that season are going to be a certain way.
Speaking of fashion, this tour will introduce you to a handful of important designers in the Valley area. No matter how established they may seem now, every fashion designer had that early period that in most cases involved a huge leap of faith. This tour has them reflecting on the early beginnings.
Our teachers always said, go and work for someone else before you go out on your own. It's better to make mistakes with someone else's money. But I'm really stubborn.
Then I thought, okay, maybe I can make my own clothes. So I went to op shop and then I bought a sewing machine, bought a little quick textbook, how to make clothes, and I started making my own clothes.
We had a conversation about working together and decided that we should actually put on paper our desires and aspirations for a collection and for a career, I suppose. They were so similar that we thought we should give it a try, and we're still here.
Each of them has a different perspective, often motivated by where they came from or who they work with.
I guess I have two different eye, one the Japanese eye and the Australian eye. I often think the beauty of in women's can be somewhere hidden, so like back of the neck or sort of inside of the elbow. Rather than trying to look too sexy or glamorous, I try to find beauty elsewhere.
We seem to start from the detail rather than adding the detail at the end. The detail seems to dictate the whole form of the garment quite often.
My work is really based on my personality, I guess, expression of myself.
Now, of course, not all of the designers have their own stores. So this tour takes us to those retailers who in some cases were the crucial force that gave designers their break.
Providing a platform for local designers to gain exposure, grow their brand and expand their horizons is the number one priority of the store.
But this tour is not just about the positive, happy, even glamorous world of design. It's also about investigation and reveals the sometimes difficult conditions designers work under, which very often makes them even more creative as they strive to overcome them.
The downside in Australia is that the market has come to expect a price point that is lower than what we can achieve as an Australian manufacturer. So this is a constant challenge.
And while you can see many rather attractive, even striking designs and products as you walk around the valley, most designers are about more than just creating beautiful things.
I believe that the world has enough objects in it. We've got enough chairs, we've got enough lights, and to actually create something new and to contribute something new, I believe it needs to have a purpose greater than its function.
Even though previously we might have felt that we weren't required to design furniture, or we didn't feel that we needed to put any more design out there. What makes us think differently now is that most furniture, or a lot of furniture, doesn't have a handmade quality, and isn't something that you might think of as like a simple family heirloom.
And in all of the interviews on this tour, you'll find that crossing boundaries, investigating other areas of design, and finding inspiration from sources other than design often makes for the most interesting results.
You sometimes find yourself quite easily by other people's definition in the realm of furniture and not in architecture. But the place in between is kind of interesting, and perhaps far more interesting than architecture on its own or furniture on its own.
The Audio Design Museum is a living museum where the city becomes the exhibition space. You could look at it like an urban safari about creativity. If you want to do the entire tour, you can download it to your device and print out the maps, which will guide you to the individual locations and give you some backgrounds on the designers. There you can listen to designers in their studios, their galleries and businesses. So it's a show and tell about their ideas, their creativity, and about the work they've made.